Antiques on Main is an antique shop and collectibles shop in downtown Ashland. We've been here since 1983. It's in a restored 1870s building. And we try to focus mostly on real antiques and not reproductions and crafts. My mother was into it hot and heavy. So I started buying antiques when I was 11 years old. And by the time I was 15, I was buying and selling and wheeling and dealing in antiques. When you walk in here, you're going to see legitimate stuff. You're going to see quality collectibles, stuff that you can't find hardly anywhere. We're not a very big shop, but our quality is probably comparable to some of the big malls. The kind of things you're going to find here have changed over the years, and it's trends. Different trends come in. We're trying to bring in jewelry, vintage clothing. A lot of our big items are like the advertising. We have signs which don't last very long in here. They come and go quickly. Gas and oil related things. Our front window is just loaded full of gas and oil cans. We sell them constantly. Some of the furniture is starting to come back. I have 12 different dealers in here, and they all have their own little expertise. Some of them are advertising dealers. We just recently got a young gal in here who sells like fossilized rocks and geodes and things like that. Most of the stuff where we're buying is walking in the door. They'll come in the door and they'll say, hey, I've got this for sale, and we buy from them. Or they'll call and say, hey, I've got an estate that we want to sell. And my wife and I will go to the estate and sometimes buy part of it, sometimes buy it all. Storing lockets, that kind of thing. They're tired of paying rent on storing lockets. They call us up and we go through and we'll buy them out. My favorite part is seeing a young person walk in the door and get interested in vintage stuff and history. That excites me, and I usually try to give them the best deals. I've got a young man, he comes in and he buys World War II stuff, and he can't be 10 years old. It's all about the memories. When I started out when I was 11, and I started collecting, I was buying stuff that I remembered at Grandma's house. The next generation, they're going to buy stuff that they remember at Grandma's house. The newer generation, they remember Grandma's house back in the 1970s. So there was the chrome dinette sets and the 60s stuff that Grandma still has, 50s and 60s stuff. So that stuff is really starting to get hot. If I haven't seen it in my 55 years of collecting, then I buy it, because I've seen a lot. If you walk in my store and you say, hey, I'm looking for such and such, I'll probably call you in about a week or two and I'll have it for you. I go out looking for it. You can find some items in here for decorating your house that are just one of a kinds, that people go into your home and they'll say, wow, where did you get that at? It's not something you're going to buy at the big box stores. It's usually really unique items. Just a passion. I love history, and I love the history of Ashland.